Hey everyone, welcome so much. It's me, Myle. I am here to interview our founder slash principal cosplayer slash cool dude. You did choose me to do it because last time Lyle was a total jerk.
I guess I did.
We got a lot of questions from people over at Patreon and Instagram.
We can go ahead and start.
You don't have to answer any of the really hard questions if you don't want to.
Wouldn't you just omit some of the really bad questions?
Yeah, good point.
Well, let's go.
Okay, we'll be right back with the questions after a word from our sponsors. I have no idea what Willard meant by that.
I have no idea.
Thank you, all patrons and everyone else watching. Don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. I'm guessing that's what he was saying. All right, question 1. Have you ever hooked up with a cosplayer? Bonus points if it was in costume.
No, why would I want to hurt my costume or damage it?
All right, a little bit more of a softball question. Do you have any specific crafting music?
Yeah, I guess I tend to listen to maybe a whole record or an album. Maybe because I want to skip fewer times and kind of get in the groove and not try to have so much music ADD. I do like Pokemon music, but I don't always listen to it.
Kind of an off-the-wall question. What's your least favorite movie you've ever seen?
For some reason, Bicentennial Man.
I don't even know what movie that is.
It's the only movie I ever walked out of. My mom walked out with me. I mean, she took me out. I wasn't really enjoying it. I don't know. Maybe I was complaining a lot. Maybe she hated it. Maybe it was... I have no idea.
Huh. Okay. Are you on any spectrum, like autism, ADHD?
You're not the first person to ask that.
Oh, you'll see why I put that question in here later. He doesn't know this one trick. We got a couple of favorite questions on here. What is your favorite color?
62 ED1F is probably my favorite color.
I don't know what that is.
It's a green. It's probably my favorite shade of green.
It's a green.
Occasionally I'll go look at greens and see which one's my favorite again, because sometimes things change, or you're like, well, actually,
I like green a lot too. I don't know if that particular shade. What is the sexiest body part?
None of them. Faces, I guess.
Is your favorite flavor vanilla? Which Pokemon do you hate the most and why?
This is actually a hard question because it's kind of a two-way tie.
Oh.
So in Pokemon, some Pokemon can have multiple forms. So Enamorus
is not going to be a short
basically
answer,
has its Genie and its Therian form. I do have a list of my favorite Pokemon. Problem is, Enamorus takes the last spot and the third to the last spot, and Tympole takes the second to last spot. So it's like, which is my least, and I actively dislike both of those Pokemon a lot. And so I don't know which one I actually dislike more, because if you look at the best form, I technically like Enamorus more. If you look at the worst form, I also dislike Enamorus more. It's kind of hard to say. I guess which one do I like more? I don't know. Tympole?
I don't really understand that, but I'll just say, okay, it kind of makes sense. Okay, we can move on. That's fair. Do you have a cocktail of choice?
Oh, for taste?
This question didn't really specify what I meant by favorite. I would probably say the definition of the word favorite is beer. No, beer is not a cocktail. I Googled that.
I mean, I like tequila and I like margaritas.
No, that is very Mexican of you.
Tequila does kind of taste funny, though.
So do you like the taste of tequila?
I think I like how much I dislike it.
I thought so. What is one quality in a human being that you would kind of hold above everything else? What's your favorite quality about somebody?
Cheerleader, because I don't know how to explain this, but I really appreciate it when friends or other people, we can be excited about other things that excite
Rasputin,
the person in question. So even if something doesn't directly excite me,
Rasputin,
when one of my friends really likes something, I want to be as excited and supportive as I can of it. When a friend only wants to talk about them and doesn't care what you do, it's not as fun of a friendship.
I wish I thought of this question, but name a number that you are scared of.
Well, I'm not afraid of 2. I just hate the number 2. It's by far my least favorite number.
What?
Well, it's the only number that's both prime and an even number, which
it's just really unsettling.
Why? It feels like it breaks some rule that should exist but doesn't.
Take this as open-ended as you want to. Is there anyone you would like to collaborate with? For cosplay, not for... What? Do you have other hobbies?
Okay, my mind is really going blank, and don't say this is all pre-recorded and there isn't someone yes, I have to collaborate with that person. Collaborating is a commitment, so
Kyle, I feel like you're getting hung up on some questions that are not steep. But we can move on. These 2 questions are kind of in tandem. What is your biggest hot take?
What's the hot take?
I guess it's a controversial opinion that to an extent thrives on the controversy. I don't know how unpopular this is anymore because I think dub anime has gotten a lot better. When I'm watching TV, I don't want to read. I don't. Kind of on the flip side, what is your coldest hot take? Baby Driver should have won Best for Sound Mixing in 2017. But no one's fighting you, so it's fine. Okay, this is a direct quote. As a fellow autistic person who also suffers from social anxiety, I am terrified to get on stage. How would you get on stage if you want to perform cosplay for a competition? Sounds like there's a lot of loaded questions in there, but I'll just say that I kind of blank out when I go on stage. I see anything, can't hear anything, and so I just kind of go through my routine, and that definitely helps the stage fright. What I can say is that virtually no one is going to say anything negative to you. No one's going to heckle you. Sure, there are going to be, there's going to be some bad actor somewhere doing something, but for the most part, no one's going to make fun of you. Everyone is going to cheer for you. It's going to be great. Were you really good at dodgeball as a kid? There's a technique for melting single-use waste plastic to create sheets of plastic for various thicknesses and appearances that you can make into all kinds of stuff. Would you ever consider getting into that? I'd pretty much, anything I could recycle, extending the life of something, yeah. Ooh, a personnel question. What is your favorite thing about your employee, Tyler? Probably their humor. Yeah. I'd agree. Or at least can banter. I'd agree. What is your favorite thing, actually, about two different employees, both Ryan and Willard? For Ryan, I'd probably say his positivity. He definitely keeps me. For Willard's everything about Willard is wonderful. What is your most toxic costume? Honestly, probably Hanzo, just because I probably work with the most chemicals of it. I don't want to pour contact cement on myself or huff it. Just remember, kids, safety first. Good question. Why don't you have a girlfriend? Sometimes I just tell people they were out of the girlfriend store. And it's like, your mom may have submitted that question. I got beans to eat. All right, we're getting to the last couple questions here. Is there any trash that you would never use? I guess, I probably wouldn't use human bones. Well, that was a very simple yes or no question, surprisingly. Have you ever injured yourself while crafting? Yeah, this dumb. Oh, yeah. How did I get this? Have you seen the movie Split? That's not really a question. Okay, like seventh time's the charm. Are you on the autistic spectrum? I didn't even include every time that question was sent in. You said something to me once. If it walks like a duck and talks like a duck, maybe it's a bear dressed as a duck. I don't know what that means. I did not realize a lot of people... Have you ever done theater, or would you? And is there a chance that you'd ever take some of your costuming talents to a local theater company? Yeah, I worked in theater, middle school, high school, even in college. I worked in a theater company for building set design. There are only a couple local theaters, and just in terms of the time investment, it's a lot. I was going to do set design for theater in Franklin a couple years ago, but that is interesting. I just don't have the time. What is your favorite Pokemon merch that you own? Definitely my wallet. It is an Ivysaur wallet. It is made out of cactus leather. That is a nice wallet. I have seen that wallet before. I have taken money out of that wallet to pay somebody and then snuck more money back into your wallet. Wow. You're welcome. And this is the final question. What made you start doing Trash After Dark? That is a good question. The short answer of it was because that is what people wanted. Create CFT into a little bit more of a brand and, expand my YouTube channel and be able to guest more cons and just do more. And that is purely an avenue for doing it. I enjoy doing it. People do enjoy it. I think that it's relatively good content, all things considering. If I'm going to start a Patreon and ask people to support, certain things like cosplay may not purely be a big driver for a lot of people for engagement. You can expand this to other areas, kind of like reels on Instagram, where I'd probably still make some reels, but I wouldn't make as many. And so it's purely a thing of people enjoy the content, and it is something that helps me grow CFT. So kind of seems like a win-win for everyone. Yeah, that's all the questions that we have. All the questions that I put on here. There were a few others that I chose not to put on for time, and some of them were the same. And there was one really weird one. Thank you so much for watching. Myle and Kyle here. We will see you next time. You did a great job. Well, better than Lyle. Mostly I just tried to space them out so someone asked multiple questions. They weren't back to back. I think I did that. I kind of removed. No one thinks that you're Lyle. Don't worry.